how I dress is part of me. It's part of the way I express myself. And I don't want to give that to you. And I feel like I lost myself in this relationship. So when I got out of that, I really took myself back. And we actually broke up because I posted a bikini picture and it wasn't even bad.
It wasn't bad.
It was not bad at all.
Chemical X.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the CHEMICALX podcast. I'm Alessia. For the first time ever, I am closed up, no tits showing. So if you disguise me as somebody else, then sky's the limit, guys.
I want to disguise. Do you remember? We're like matching right now. If you're listening, we are wearing matching outfits. Do you remember when? So I don't know if you did this. Can we talk about 2 seconds? Do you like when people match you? Are you the type that's like, oh my God, she's wearing the same outfit as me? Or like, oh my God, babe.
No.
Like,
I'm very like, as long as I wear it first, babe, here's the link, here's the place, you want to borrow it. Honestly, I feel like I'm like very like a girl's girl. Like, you want to borrow something, like I'm very like fun, like borrow this, like.
But I'm saying like.
But if I haven't worn it, it's very like, no, you can't touch that.
But I'm saying like, if you show up to somewhere and somebody's wearing almost the same outfit as you, or like matching with somebody, like, are you against that?
It just goes like, who's wearing it better? I'm kidding.
So do you like being matched or not?
No. Like, I have nothing wrong with having the same clothes or anything as somebody else.
Yeah.
But I don't want to walk in a room and I'm wearing the same thing as somebody. It's kind of embarrassing.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, I also like don't really love the idea of like match. Like, I know you're very like,
I love matching.
You match your boyfriend all the time. Like, I'm very like, that's cheesy. But like, you guys make it work. Like, with my boyfriend and I, like, we were gonna get sneakers the same ones, and I was like, we're not that couple.
This is the boundary.
We don't have that vibe.
I think for me, the matching thing, like with my boyfriend, is like aesthetically in my mind. Like, for me to be okay, I need us to be like in colors that like blend.
Yeah.
Like, or else I'm like, oh, like I don't like visually. We're
the
not
graphic
matching.
Designer, guys. Like
I'm
I
a
said,
visual person.
It's the graphic designer in you. It wants to match.
Everything needs to be nice.
Yeah.
But
I want to match my kid. So how does that work?
Absolutely. My kid is being dressed in miniature versions.
I don't even want to see you guys bring a kid into this world and being 3 matching people. I can't.
So I remember when I was in high school, I don't know if you did this, but remember when like you would call up your friends and be like, I'm wearing a skirt tomorrow. Can you wear one with me? Like, remember when it was like deep to like, you didn't want to show up the only one in the skirt?
Okay, so in that sense, it's like, yes, if I'm wearing a dress and we're going to a party, bitch, put a fucking dress on. You're not going in the classy pants looking good and then I'm coming in like the tots whore. No. If I'm doing a dress, ride or die, you're going down with me.
Absolutely. Do you remember in high school, like everybody, obviously you didn't dress up to go to school, but like one day you got that new outfit, you wanted to dress up and you called up your girls and you were like, listen guys, I want to wear this skirt, figure it out, pick something in your closet, let's go. So I remember 1 year, I cringe. Anyways. So I remember 1 year, it was like Sec 1 or Sec 2, and I had like my group of girls, you know, we were like 7 girls, you know, like whatever, we were the little group. So I had this great idea that we would all, like, at first it started off as like, I'm wearing short shorts tomorrow, like, can you wear them with me? I don't want to be the only one in short shorts, because you remember those shorts were fucking short in high school. Like, what? Yeah. How did my dad let me buy them? Anyways, so I was like,
That's another story for another.
That's another story. So I was like, I want to wear short shorts. Who's with me? Let's go. And then it started being like, okay, well, I'm going to wear a pink top. Why don't you wear a yellow top? Why don't you wear a blue top? So then it started being like, we all had our color coordination. And then I was like,
I was never to that stage.
Yeah. And then listen, this is what makes it. I wish I had a picture for this. And then I was like, oh my God, I'm at our den. They have like those knee-high socks with the stripes. I'm like, what if we get one in every color and we all wear a different color shorts, the socks, and we each wear the matching top to the socks?
No.
Yes.
No.
So the next day we all showed up. I think it was like a couple
So you're
days
like a
later.
trendsetter.
I was a trendsetter. I was, I thought it was a talent show. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know why I showed up to school like that. 7 girls. We all had a uniform of jean shorts, knee-high striped colored socks, and the matching top. If anything says Powerpuff Girls, it was that. So
Wow.
Obviously I haven't gone far.
Oh my God. That's excessive. That is so
But I mean, look at us now. We're matching in 2 different colors. So
crazy.
really, I said sec 1.
Life always comes full circle, guys.
Always full circle.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I just want to say that sometimes we fuck up when we talk, and like we're literally technically doing improv. Like,
well, not technically, we are.
We are doing improv. Yeah, there's no scripts in the back. So when you hear me saying disguise and it doesn't make sense, you have to understand, like, some jokes are going to hit, some are just not, okay? So I just wanted to clarify that.
Alessia, my whole story has just been thinking about that she said disguise instead of whatever the other word is.
Yep.
I don't even know what it's supposed to be.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
I'm sorry, but you took the fall for both of us who didn't know the word.
It's okay. I'm going down on this one.
Yeah, absolutely. So
bring me back up. Maybe I need another chocolate, guys. Just want to say, by the way, my chocolate shrooms experience was amazing.
If you watched the last episode.
Yes. And for anyone, well,
you're proving your theory.
For anyone wondering, I am well. I am good to go. I swear it was the best experience. And I wasn't even like, I didn't go through like a downer after, like a downhill. It was all uphill from there. I slept like a baby. Honestly, link in bio.
You said, don't say no to drugs, say maybe. You said, if they're in chocolate, then say yes.
Yes.
What form is the drugs coming in? That's what makes the differentiation. Would you try anything else if it was dipped in chocolate? Like, how far are you willing to go to eat something that's chocolate that's going to get you high?
I think that's as far as I go. Loved it enough. I'm good. I'm staying with this. Can we talk about your toilet bowl for a second?
It actually just got fixed today.
Okay, guys. Every week when I come to Veronica's house, I sit on her toilet bowl, whether it's number 1 or number 2.
Hopefully you're sitting. Yeah,
hopefully
for number 2 especially. Let's hope you're sitting. Never know, but everybody has their own method.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm just seeing on TikTok now guys sitting down to pee the other way. So, like, yeah, I just want to clarify.
Have you seen... Yeah. Did you see somebody, I think it was a TikTok, where they're sitting forward? Yeah. I went, listen...
Honestly, not a bad idea if I want to watch my new show, Love Island.
If my boyfriend walks in on me shitting and I'm sitting the other way, if I was him, I would just walk out and
Well,
leave.
because normally what you guys do is you just go sit on top of him. How do you sit on top of somebody who's shitting when they're that way?
Absolutely.
Terrible.
It doesn't work.
Yeah. So, guys, every time I come to Veronica's house and I have to go to the bathroom, it's like I'm on a cruise ship. It's like a rocket ship. It's like I have to be ready for like it's like I'm training when I'm on that toilet bowl. It's like I gotta make sure that when I get up that I don't put all my weight. So I'm kind of technically, I guess you could say, squatting when I'm on your toilet bowl.
Workout,
or else it's a rocket ship. It's like a tutum, and the toilet bowl might join us to the podcast room. So
it's because one of the screws are loose. Like, the screws are loose, so it's very wobbly. Like,
do you think that happened when you were starting to sit on your boyfriend while he was taking a shoot?
No, I don't think it did. But my dad came by today, and my dad, he's the fixer-upper, he's a construction worker, if we're going to go with the stereotypes, we're Italian. Yes, he works construction.
He works construction.
He is construction. Construction Rossi.
He is daddy.
So my dad, when he comes to my house, I just kind of like lead him to the things that are broken, because he's very the type. The other day he was leaving, and the door as he's leaving, he goes, this door handle's a little loose, pass me a tool. So I just lead him in the direction to what's broken.
Did you say, Dad, I think you need to go to the bathroom?
Yeah. Daddy, drink this water with laxatives and stay here for 15 minutes. No, so I was like, Daddy, there's something wrong with the toilet bowl. Can you check it? He goes, okay. So he checks the toilet, and then he starts going, but the screw is loosened. I'm like, well, yeah, that's what I thought. He goes, who would do this? Who would come and loosen this screw? I'm like, nobody. Like, nobody came and loosened this screw. Like, what are you implying here? That somebody tried to come and steal my toilet? Yeah. Like, I went, I don't know, did somebody try to rob
I can confirm, nobody's stealing that toilet.
It's not even the cool one with the... Nope. There's nothing cool about it. So I'm like, well, maybe somebody came in and tried to take the toilet. He goes, maybe it was the people before. Maybe they wanted to leave with the toilet. I said, Daddy, Please. Like, what? You think we weren't going to notice when we walked in? There was suddenly no toilet left. Like, who realistically did you think came in the house? One of my, like, are you accusing one of my friends now that I have to be worried when somebody leaves the washroom? Like, when Alessia comes out of the washroom, do I have to go check that the screws are still tightened?
No, I can't. I can't even bring in my bags for all the stuff that we need for this setup. I don't have time to steal a toilet. I'm sorry. Did I tell you the story where my boyfriend, for his birthday, got a toilet?
I mean...
And he unwrapped a toilet.
I mean, when you get older, it's not a bad...
Veronica.
Toilets are like what?
Veronica.
400?
He laughs at that story because his brother bought him a toilet and it was like the funniest thing ever.
Well, he still saved the $400 on the toilet. What kind of toilet was it?
Not that nice.
I have to tell you...
I love you, Josh's brother.
Honestly, if you want to buy me a toilet, clearly mine's falling apart, so I take donations.
I can't believe our episode is going to be titled Toilets.
I have to tell you, though, one time I went to this guy's house.
Oh, boy.
It was with my sister, and it was like a very, like, this guy was rich, okay, loaded. And I don't know if anybody agrees, but those futuristic toilets where...
Oh, my God. I had one on my own.
There's 64 buttons, and suddenly they came from China, so it's actually... There's no English. It's just pictures, and you're like... What means what? Like,
oh my!
So
I just want to flush my dump.
So first of all, I get in the bathroom and it's a washroom it's a bathroom that the lid comes up automatically. So like it's always closed. So I get in and I'm like, well,
you're like touching it.
It's like a bit like, how do I activate the toilet? You know
Next
what I
thing
mean?
you know, you have to send the owner a message and he needs to open it on his app.
So guys, so I sit.
Let me know when you're done. I'll click the button for you.
Yeah.
It says she just took a dub.
Because there's the phone app with it anyway. So I go to the bathroom and it has like a sensor where you walk by, it opens. So I'm like, okay, phew, you know. So now I'm like pissing, whatever, and then I'm like, well, how does it, like, if I stand up, is it an automatic flush? Like, and then I'm like, well, I don't want to stand up and start clicking buttons that I think is flush, but really it's clean, and suddenly the whole bathroom's getting sprayed. So
ew.
I'm sitting there going, what am I clicking here? Like, what happens if I just walk out and I don't flush? Because
I think that's your best bet.
It's my best bet.
You blame it on your sister. You say, Tanya went to the
the
bathroom
next person's going to come in, they're going to figure out, because I really don't know what's going on here. It was literally like...
How did you figure it out?
It was a calculator that was on that bathroom. I to be honest, I don't remember what I did, but I said... It was one of those that had the... for when you're done peeing, like they were gonna dry you and everything. I said, I don't need all that. I really don't.
I'm good with my low budget.
Absolutely. Like when I have the two buttons, you know, when it's like the big one and the small one.
Yeah.
My nails are too big, so I just push both down. I say, look, I'm not here for options. I'm here for one and done. Give me, you know.
Wow.
But actually. So
actually,
in the Philippines.
say you're British. Actually.
I sounded like a flight attendant. So actually, when I activated Canadian mode. So when I was in Philippines, not everywhere like uses toilet paper. And the Philippines is one of the places that doesn't use toilet paper, which you're like, wait, what? So basically what they have is like, depending where you, obviously if you're in like a high-end hotel, there's gonna be toilet paper, but like obviously I, wasn't. Right. So there's buckets of water and like a scoop that you have to like wash yourself with. Or sometimes if
honestly,
you're good,
sounds even cleaner.
Sometimes if you're good, they have a hose. And I gotta say, once I left the Philippines, I said I kind of missed that. Like,
you know what I mean?
Clean. Like, you didn't even need the toilet paper.
Yeah,
after
like
that.
when you take a poo and you clean yourself with Kleenex, it doesn't give
it's not the same as
not the same
pressure washer.
Yeah.
So I remember one time, so it was very like your options were different wherever you went. Like sometimes the toilet was literally a hole in the floor, and I said, I can't do this. Like, I can't do this. Like, at that point, throw me in the water and I'll shit there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you never knew what you were getting. So at one point, we went to the hospital. My friend was sick. We went to a hospital. I've never seen a hospital like this. There was no windows, there was no doors, and there was cats inside the hospital. And I went to the bathroom, and their toilets don't flush, by the way.
Okay.
So you have to pour water in the toilet to make it go down. It's a whole procedure. Because they don't have the plumbing to flush the toilet. You also can't put the toilet paper in the toilet.
It sounds complicated.
It's
and
math.
Every time I go to the bathroom, I have 2 seconds before I literally don't make it to the toilet.
So don't go to the Philippines.
Yeah.
So we were in this hospital and I'm like, is there a bathroom? And everybody laughs at me. Okay. So already you're like, this is scary.
Oh my God.
And the guy goes, yeah, you see that door over there? Yeah, turn a left. So I get in. There's no lights in the bathroom. Okay. No doors on the stalls. There's just toilets and they're like full of shit. Okay. And I'm like, what's going on?
So like
here?
technically the little, what do you call those when you're outside and you...
The outhouse?
Yeah.
So it's because they don't have plumbing. So I'm like, what the fuck? And then I'm like, and then there's no toilet paper in sight and no hose. So I'm like, what do you want me to do in this situation? So I go out and I'm like embarrassed because I'm like, look at me, this fucking foreigner going, do you have toilet paper? And I didn't know what to do. So I just didn't go to the bathroom. And I said, this is not for me.
Wow.
I need to leave.
Honestly, I wouldn't have went to the bathroom.
You think toilet paper is a necessity, but suddenly you're stripped without it and you say, what are my options here?
Crazy.
Yeah. So
Can we talk about mental health for a second? You're like,
not.
I made it clear in the last episode that I'm very bad at transitioning lately, and I'm just gonna keep going with that. Mental health lately, I've been feeling like shit. You're like, here I am being the therapist, like therapist, like normally.
You feel better?
I don't know what it is. Like I feel like I'm like in a weird mood this month.
Are you getting your period?
No.
You're like, I said month.
No, like, first of all, my skin is terrible. Girls, if you're listening and you're also going through, like, a shitty time with your skin, I know on cameras with lights and everything, it doesn't show as bad. Then I'm going to watch it and I'm going to watch it. I'm going to be like, no, it looks as bad. But, like, I don't know what's happening. And, like, I really get it now. Like, when your skin is bad, it changes your whole mood.
Skin is
it's like,
it's very taken for granted when you have nice skin. You're like, oh babe, like your pimples so small, like why are you even worried that you have acne? Just put makeup. But I swear when your skin starts to go like you get like a bad
my
phase,
whole mood changes. I'm like in a shitty fucking mood.
Absolutely.
So like, and I've been hearing that a lot of people like been posting and stuff that they're like kind of like feeling down lately, and I was just like wondering like what's happening with the stars, what's going on. We need Naomi back on here.
Which planet is in the wrong place for us to be in a bad mood?
It's just like weird. I feel so apparently when you get COVID, some people can be like cloudy after. I really feel like I have that where I'm like super cloudy. Like some days I feel like I can do so much, and other days I'm like I'm really slow. Like I take a shower, I'm out of breath. Like I'm actually concerned for my health.
Oh my God.
I know it sounds really weird. Like I'm just randomly saying this, but like it's really weird.
I've heard a lot of people though have like lasting effects from getting
it's fucked
COVID,
up, but I definitely have. I don't know. Like it's weird.
Well,
I have to go see a doctor.
If you want to leave and go to the doctor, I
don't know if this is my way to get my doctor pass.
What do I respond to that? Like anything I say, it's like I'm not a supportive friend if I make a joke, but like, am I supposed to really help you right now? Like, I don't know how.
And I have like a crusty crab, like, okay, so basically I was like peeling dead skin. By the way, I shaved my whole face today.
Didn't your facial girl say, don't ever do that again?
Yes. But then if you would see the condition my skin was in,
you said, let's just cut it all off.
I heard that exfoliation with the razor is the way to go. And my skin was just, it kept on coming, like the dead skin. So even if everyone says do an exfoliation, no bitch, try having eczema, try having skin that's literally not fucking working with you. Exfoliation only makes it drier, only makes more fucking dead skin come. So I was literally at a stage where I only had dead skin, and I was like, hey, let me exfoliate. Exfoliating didn't work. And then I was like, hey, let me just shave my face. So I literally shaved my face.
I love how that's your resort.
But like, it's the only thing that really, it worked. Like it made my face like a little more soft, and like,
yeah.
Anyways, I put a bunch of products, and it might be because I tried a new product also. It fucked up my face. But like, anyway, so now I have like literally crusty crabby on my face. I feel like if I tell everybody about it, no one's really focusing on it. You know what I mean? Like,
you told them, and now they're gonna look. So show them, put a zoom in of your little scratch.
Anyway, so guys, I have like 3 pounds of foundation on. Didn't even want to shoot today because I'm like, I hate myself. So just want to put that out there. We can continue now.
Yeah, so now that you put negative vibes onto this podcast,
let's bring on more negative vibes.
Skin is really important though. I remember I went through a phase. So I used to have acne when I was like a teenager.
Veronica started with chlorophyll, and now she's like, my skin is amazing and my life has changed.
Absolutely not. So I want to talk about chlorophyll actually, but I used to have acne when I was a kid, and then I was like, so like it's crazy to have bad skin, like, and you feel so helpless because there's people are like, you like people who are stupid are like, oh, just wash your face with this. It's like, bro, no, like it's my skin is literally saying no. I'm gonna break out. I can wash my face 3 times a day. It's not gonna make a difference. And then like it had gone away, and then recently, maybe a year ago, my skin got really bad again, like bumps all over my face, and I was like, like my confidence went in the garbage.
Crazy.
Like,
and it changes your whole mood, like with everything.
You suddenly start being like, oh, like I don't want to go. It's not like you know, when you're insecure about your body or something, where you have that, you could kind of hide it. You know what I mean? Like having that kind of skin where even when you put makeup, it's still showing. It's like
I'm literally putting makeup on and it's literally absorbing it. And I'm like, honestly, like it's not my month. It's crazy.
So anyway. I guess see you guys next month.
Yep, pretty much.
So I picked up chlorophyll because I follow trends. What could I say? I'm very
You're a TikToker.
I'm impressionable. So like I see shit and I say, oh, these TikTokers, they follow the trends, and then I say I'm buying chlorophyll.
Absolutely.
So chlorophyll is whatever, some green ass liquid, like literally green as fuck, guys.
Literally.
I put it in my water and
I
my
saw
water
it and
is
I was
black.
like, okay.
Like it's not the kind of cutesy matcha green where you're like, appetizing. It's
black.
Not
the color of our set.
It's absolutely not. It's not aesthetic. It's literally black water, and you're like, But the thing is, it doesn't taste like how you want, like you think it's gonna taste. So it's very weird. Yeah. Like your mouth is like, what's going on? So apparently it like takes out like odor. So like you could not even wear deodorant if you're, it's like chlorophyll is like a natural deodorant, like deodorizer. So like no bad breath, no whatever. You know what I mean? And but it's really good for your skin. It's really good for digestion. So I started taking it, and the first day I'm drinking it, guys, like I stop and I'm like, I look in the mirror before going into work, and I have a green ass tongue, green lips, green teeth. I said, even if I don't smell, I look like I smell. I look like the Green Goblin. Like I look like my breath is gonna come out green. So am I winning or am I losing?
Losing.
Because people are thinking I'm smelling no matter what. They're seeing my green tongue. They're saying she doesn't brush her teeth.
Oh my God.
I have a green tinted teeth. I was like, but I'm still drinking it. And let me tell you what else is green. Everything that comes out of your body. So maybe it doesn't smell, but it's green. They should have picked another color that doesn't look smelly. Green is the color of smell. No?
Yeah.
Like in all the cartoons, green is smelly. So why are you making yourself green?
1,000,000%.
Like make me like some other color.
But somehow if green is coming out, I feel like I'm somewhat like a healthy bitch.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like, should I call the doctor?
Also, yeah. Guys, we've been getting a lot of hate on some of our trailers that we've been posting, and I am loving it because I'm like, this is our way into fame. There, I said it.
I don't love it. Love me. Don't hate on me.
So I'm very like, Veronica, this is good. Like if people are taking the time to write hate messages on our trailers, and they're not even going with the fake accounts. We love this. We want more.
That's what kills me.
But we've been realizing that it's only men.
Yeah.
So like our sandals one, how we were talking about how guys who wear sandals, it's a no-go for me. Were very insulted.
They were, I have to say, I've never seen a group of men so insulted. And you know what's funny though is that we do this podcast and we throw everyone under
everybody,
the bus.
Ourselves especially.
I will tell anybody, and they're commenting like, oh, why are you gonna tell me what to wear? And I'm going, bro, I will tell everybody what to wear. There's like, no discrimination. It's not even sexism.
That's why we started a podcast.
Anyways, everybody was so hurt. I was like, I didn't know this many men wear sandals. Like I thought it was common knowledge that sandals are just not for men. Like I didn't know you guys were so hurt that you're like coming on beefing.
And then they're saying like women are allowed to wear sandals, but like why aren't men? Like stereotypes. And I'm like, okay, a guy's able to rip a fart and everybody's okay, but a girl does and it's not okay. So there's stereotypes in everything. So shut the fuck up. Like whether also, you believe it or not.
Also, it was the people that were full on coming and insulting us. And I was like, dude, if you like sandals that much that like you're so offended that you have to insult my looks, wear the sandals.
No, but for me, it's like, if my boyfriend is taking the fucking time to go write on a girl's podcast that he's so hurt by sandals, small dick energy.
I would be
and first of all, I wouldn't be with my boyfriend. Like, what are you doing?
I would be embarrassed. I was like, are you, at that point, fake account? Like, you're so confident in your belief that you're like mad at us for saying sandals are ugly as a joke, that like you're willing that all your friends can see you writing that on a post. Like
it's just embarrassing.
I'm embarrassed for you. I have secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah, we had a huge incident that happened last year where this random guy that I didn't know who he was, but your sister knew who he was because he was related to your aunt or whatever. Yeah, that was like a family tree. Rerun.
They always say keep your enemies close.
Oh my God. So basically this guy was talking a bunch of shit about us on our pictures. So to the point where
no fake account either.
No fake account either. So obviously anybody who's like writing to me and my friends without a fake account, we're going to go like, who is this? You know? Anyways, turns out that somebody your aunt knows him. Okay. So like he's technically somebody in our big circle, whatever, and has a wife. How is she with him? And he's saying, no wonder you guys
just like hating on you guys.
Hating
for
on
like,
us.
You're fake. Nobody's gonna want you.
And I'm just like, you're married and your wife wants to divorce you.
Absolutely. I'm sorry, but like if you're like the fact that I know everybody says like, oh, you're hiding behind a fake account. To be honest, it's almost better that way, because if you're coming with your real account and commenting on people's pictures, that's because you're so confident in what you're saying that you think it's so right. Like and like you don't mind people recognizing you. Like you're a loser,
guys. To the point where he's like sending screenshots of my face of like bad videos, and like going, ha ha ha, look how ugly you are. Like to the point where I was like getting serious because he was literally attacking all of my friends.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where your aunt had written to the guy, to the guy's wife, and then the wife was like literally fucking pissed at him. But he was like, your idols must be like Kim Kardashian. And then I answered, I was like, yeah, honestly, if my idol is to almost be a billionaire, then you know what? My idols are on track, you know? So we were just going back at it, and I was just like, you're a fucking loser.
I will never understand people that like go around and are like hateful. Like I actually like, as much as we rip on things, I would never in a million years, like even if I didn't agree with somebody, go and like comment to try to make them feel like shit, or like comment about their looks or comment about anything. It's like, I don't know what kind of people these are, but it's like, I can't believe that it exists so much.
I know.
And I'm just like, are you not embarrassed? Like I was not raised in a way where I would ever feel the need to like hate on somebody. Like
if you hate us so much,
so wrong in your life,
make a group chat, send it to your friends, and call it a day. Like, why do you feel the need
to publicize it and tell me?
And you know what I realized? Those are the people who are literally going through the most. So spread love, because they're literally like, they're fucking dying inside.
Absolutely. Like I always say like for us not to like answer hate messages, because it's just
I love it. I live for it though.
But it's because like when you show somebody that it's like you're gonna give them attention for being hateful, like they're just gonna keep doing it. But I just find it really like kind of crazy that with ours, like as much as people love to say like, oh, like I know a lot of men will be like, oh, not all men, and like sexism doesn't exist anymore, and yada yada yada, which you might not be exposed to it, but we don't have a big audience. Like we're not like so popular that it makes sense for like all these amount of people, men, to be like, and I'm not even trying to be sexist, literally only men that are commenting hateful things. I'm just like, there must be a big percentage of people that are like this for our small audience to have this amount of people, if that makes sense. It's like, it's not once in a while.
It only makes it,
there must be a big amount of people that feel this way.
And it only makes it like when we become bigger, like the amount is just going to go higher, and it's crazy. And I feel sorry.
I just will never understand why somebody like
they're hurting.
I just think like there's still people out there that believe that are like turned off from like a girl who has a voice, if that makes sense. Like people are like insecure about like a woman being like confident enough to come on camera, to talk shit, to laugh, to be funny. Like for them, that's like, they don't like that. You know what I mean? And I just can't believe that still exists.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe that there's still people out there that are threatened by confidence.
It's crazy.
And that brings us into our topic of the day. I wanted to briefly talk about, I mean, this ties into it, just like how people that are insecure are threatened by confidence. And I'm sure like from the people listening, you can hear that mostly relating that to your relationship.
Yes. men always say they want a confident woman. I think it's like the thing to say on paper. I want a confident,
like the right thing to
like
say.
the right thing to exactly the
Yeah.
right thing to say is I want a confident woman. But then it's like, can you have a confident woman?
you
though?
handle it?
Can you handle it? And are you gonna turn them into a non-confident woman
Absolutely.
by telling them you fucking hate what they're wearing and like all the
Absolutely.
things they loved at the beginning? They're starting to bring you down for.
Absolutely. And what I think, though, the reason I think a lot of people say, oh, I want a confident woman is because nobody says, I want an insecure woman.
Right.
But they want all the qualities that come with insecurity.
Yeah.
So if you think about insecurity, it comes along with being a pushover, being easily like told what not to do and
Yeah.
what to do, being like indecisive, because somebody who's insecure will be like, oh, I probably shouldn't wear this. Like, it's too revealing. I'm not
But
pretty.
like in
You know what I
in this
mean?
world, there's nothing wrong with being indecisive. Like there's to make the world work, there needs to be both characters.
Absolutely. But what I'm saying is like people, they don't say they want an insecure
Right.
girl, but they want that girl who's going to be more like conservative and
Reserved.
who's going to be easier to, because somebody who's insecure wants
Yeah.
somebody who's easy to manipulate in
Right.
a sense. And when
Yes.
you're insecure
Yes.
as a woman or as a guy, you're obviously more easy to manipulate.
Yes.
When you're confident, nobody's going to tell me shit.
Yeah.
What? You're going to tell me I'm ugly? No.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to disagree.
Yeah.
Like,
No, but
so
seriously.
I think it's crazy, and I think that it's a lot of times I've seen like confident girls get into relationships with people that made them insecure, and that's fucked up.
Yeah. And I think that's why a lot of people hold on to relationships and suddenly when they like leave them or suddenly they start to get their mojo back. Takes time sometimes, but like
Absolutely.
then yeah.
When somebody makes you feel small inside and makes you feel insecure, you suddenly feel like you need them to like feel whole, because you feel like you kind of lost part of yourself.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of people stay in those toxic relationships. But there's so many little things that people do, and you know what I mean? Like I've had so many experiences.
Tell us one.
For example, like just one thing I want to talk about is like girls, do not ever let a guy tell you how to dress. Like, I can't stress
Oh my
that
God.
enough. I can't stress that enough. Like,
Yeah.
if you're going to be with somebody who's going to tell you, like, you can't wear that, you can't wear this, like, no. I'm sorry, because
But it goes with your character and your relationship, because your boyfriend's also very open-minded and that's why it works, and that's why you found a person in your life who's like that. But like somebody who, let's say, who's indecisive and doesn't know what to wear is gonna be drawn to somebody who's very like,
don't wear this.
don't wear this, don't
Exactly.
wear that. So perfect example.
It's opposites attract always.
Yeah.
But I just think like, I don't think you should ever be with somebody who makes you feel bad about what you're
Yeah.
wearing. Especially if like a lot of times, like for example, like I've always dressed out of the bar. Like, you know what I mean? I've always been like fun and like slutty, and like I like to wear revealing clothes. A big shout out to our new amazing sponsor, Anime Percy. They are a leisure clothing brand. So if you're listening, we are actually wearing cute as fuck sweatsuit outfits.
Yes, I mean, they're so comfortable and I love a matching set. I don't like to think in the morning, and when two things go together, I'm like,
Absolutely.
out the door, here I come.
Absolutely. And right now, we actually have a special discount code, CHEMICALX. You get 15% off. So use that at checkout. And they have like t-shirts, sweaters. These are actually the new collection. So check them out. We're going to link them down below.
You welcome. Guys, do you need a neon sign in your house, in your bathroom? Yes, you do. Okay? You want to create a vibe, then you need a neon sign.
Why in your bathroom?
Because you want to shit in peace. And with peace comes a nice sign that says do not disturb. So, like I was saying, if you need a neon sign for your bathroom, then please use our discount code CHEMICALX at checkout for 10% off, so you can finally poop in peace.
Also, if you need a neon sign in any other house, in any other room in your house, you could also use our discount code.
You have more than one house? Wow. Stop. But it was
my
always for
character.
yourself. It was always for
Exactly.
us.
Always for me. I just like that. I like to dress. It's just my style. And I've dated people who like were attracted to me in the beginning and then started dating me and were like, why are you wearing that? Why do you
Yeah.
feel the need to show off? And I was like, dude, like, I would do this no matter what.
Yeah.
Even if I wasn't like,
You met me and I was doing this.
You met me. So don't act like I'm doing something so crazy. Like, just because I'm in a relationship doesn't mean I can't wear V-neck tops or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that's, and you know what? As easy as it is, I want people to know that I'm not sitting here saying that I was always the one.
Yes, yes.
Like,
because it's
so
very easy said, but once you get in a relationship and you start being 1 month in, 2 months in, you start to accept things, and then you start being like, okay, well,
I'll compromise. I have to compromise. Like,
yes.
So that's happened to me in the past where like I had a relationship where there was like a lot of instances like that. Like one in particular, and these are like red flag, by the way, that I ignored. So we were going on a date. It was like our third date, and we were going on a date with like his friends, and I was wearing like this low cut blouse, and it was open back, so obviously I couldn't wear a bra with it, you know what I mean? And I got in the car, and there's nothing wrong with not wearing a bra. I get in the car, and he's like, "You're wearing that to see my friends?" And I was like, "Well, what's wrong with it?" He's like, "Well, you're not wearing a bra." And I was like, so? Like, I can't wear a bra with this top. It's open back.
What the
it's going to look trashy if I'm wearing a bra with this. And he was like, no, like, change or go put on a bra. Like, we're not going if you're going to wear that. Like, I'm not bringing you around my friends if you're wearing that.
And, like, now looking back, it was him being insecure about another guy looking at you.
Or his friends thinking me badly. But I'm like, the only person that's thinking badly of me is you. Like, what?
Did you go change?
So that's why I'm saying I'm easy to sit here and chat, but I got up and I went to change because I said, oh my God, like, am I, like, am I so revealing that I should? Like, now you feel insecure because he made me feel like, oh my God, like, what the fuck was I doing? Like, maybe I have to put on a bra. And I did. And you know what? As I went on in the relationship, I just, like, really, I have a strong character and I did not allow that to happen, and that's why we didn't work out, because there was always that like clash, right? Like he would ask and I would be like, no, like I'm not doing that, and it didn't work. But
so guys, tip of advice, what I've learned, I don't know why there's honking going on in the back here.
Fuck, like, can you guys get into an accident anywhere else?
Like, I don't know, we're filming a fucking podcast.
Be respectful.
What I've learned is that you really have to set the tone at the beginning. That's what I really go by.
Absolutely.
Like, if my boyfriend does not like me to go out with my friends and doesn't like me to be at after parties or whatnot, I'm going to make that very clear at the beginning, that I'm not sacrificing my life, like my fun, my friends, to be in a relationship. So once you establish that at the beginning, he kind of either says, okay, like, like, I don't want to lose you, so I accept, like, you're allowed to go see your friends, which you should be.
Absolutely.
You're allowed I'm just giving examples.
No, but
like,
it's a perfect.
No, but so you do that, and then after, if you at the beginning start by saying, okay, fine, I won't go see my friends, I'll stay with you, because I won't do that, you will eventually not be able to do anything. Absolutely. But if you stand your ground from the beginning and know your rights and know what you value and the things you will not be able to compromise, you will never be in that situation ever again.
Absolutely. And maybe you won't be together, but that's a good thing. And that's definitely a lesson that I've learned, because that's the perfect example. It was the beginning of the relationship. I didn't want to seem disagreeable. Like, I wanted to be like, okay, no, like, I could compromise, like, I could understand you, like, I'm gonna do a little more because I want you, I don't want to lose you, because it's that newness, you know. But that was my mistake, because once somebody has that power over you to tell you what to do, it gets worse. Suddenly you can't talk to anybody. Suddenly you're deleting all these people, and you know, you're like, how did I get here?
And then suddenly you can't even post an Instagram picture because he's offended by it. Like,
absolutely.
It's a vicious cycle that needs to be fucking stopped at the beginning.
The reality of the situation is somebody who's secure with themselves
will never put you in that situation.
Somebody who's secure will never, like, look at you wearing like a sick low cut outfit and be like, go change, because they're gonna be like, wow, you look amazing.
Wow, my
you know what I
baby's
mean?
Hot. Like, and we've said this before, like, if you go out in public and you're with people and other guys are looking at your girl, like, I don't know, but that's like a desire. Like, you should be like, that's my girl.
Absolutely.
Like, she's mine. She's coming home with me.
Because you're so confident that she's yours. The only thing that would change that is being insecure that somebody else can take your girl from you. So you need to work.
Nailed it.
If you're feeling, and this goes for girls too, because I know a lot of insecure girls that do the same thing. It might not be with clothes, but it's don't do this, don't talk to this girl, you know, whatever it may be. But if
I've literally been there. I feel like I'm not even gonna lie, I still battle with that. Like, I still feel like sometimes I can I don't know, like it's crazy how it could fluctuate where I'm like so chill, and then I'm like, if I'm like fucking bored with my life, then I'm like, no, I'm picking on something, like, you know, like it really depends. Like, for example, yesterday my boyfriend posted, first of all, I talk about on this podcast that if you're a guy and you post gym pics, like it's a negative. And what did my boyfriend go do? Like, you're representing me now. Like, we're a podcast as a whole.
You need to be on brand.
You need to be on brand with what I say and who I am.
And my values.
So when he posted, he didn't even, I was just fucking with him, honestly.
You realize
I'm
now
toxic
that
as fuck. Basically, he posted like our because so now he trains with my trainer alone.
Why? Okay, not
our trainer, sorry. He trains with our trainer, and he posted a picture saying like a 6-week process, which there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's not like he took like an actual gym pic that I was like, puke. It just so happened that on the day that I was working on my other business, I wasn't able to be with him. And normally we're together on Fridays. Like Fridays, Saturdays, we're together. So he's posting this gym pic when I'm not with him. I start going like, why is he doing this? Like,
toxic.
Is he wanting DMs to come through? Like, what? Toxic. But you know what? Realizing that I'm being toxic is like step 1.
Step 1.
Will I change it? Step 2.
Step 2. We don't know yet. Question mark beside that one. But
so I was just fucking with him. Honestly, I'll even read the messages because it's just too fucking joke. I feel bad for my boyfriend, honestly.
I feel bad for him too. Josh, I'm on your side.
Wow. So I go, who do you think you are, mister? Guys, if you could see it, it wasn't even that.
It's not even a gym pic.
He basically posted 6 weeks ago to now. He put
his arm.
He put his arm, linguini to panini. Okay, so I go, who do you think you are, mister? And then this inside joke, he says, I am. I'm like, seems thirsty. You're a guy.
You're the girl that we're talking about on this podcast.
Absolutely.
Right now.
That's why I don't want to give anybody the wrong impression of us. I want you guys to know all the facts.
Bring me into this. Us. She threw me down real quick.
He goes, thirsty, lol. You're my only drink. Here we go.
Cute.
Always poetry. Just trying to promote Ryan. And I know Ryan, and he's not looking for any other fucking clients. So I go, so send it to me. Meaning like, if I'm your only drink, send the video to me. Why do you gotta post it? You're a guy. Stereotypes, I'll tell you. Ryan doesn't want any more clients, he said. He goes, lol, relaxed. Very relaxed. I'm actually not even mad at you. I'm just letting you know that you're ruining my brand.
I'm just letting you know that I'll send you the brand guidelines.
So this is the toxicity I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
We live for it. We love it.
I was about to say, would you ever let a guy allow you to not post a pic? But I guess I can't ask you because you're the one not allowing pics to be posted.
Honestly, I know I sound really like I'm so controlling, but I actually don't care. I swear like I live for this. Is that fucked up?
You little.
Okay.
You little?
Like, I don't actually care that he posted that. I just love to make jokes out of everything.
I think pictures of all things is like the one thing that it's like, come on. Like,
oh, and my boyfriend also mentioned, like, do I ever tell you what you can and can't post? You post bikini pics all the time. I don't give a fuck. I'm like, well, why don't you give a fuck? Toxic.
Well, how come? You don't care a little bit? You don't care like a little?
But I think a little bit of jealousy is always good.
Yeah, absolutely.
You should definitely have jealousy. I just think like now after this, I was able to squash it, laugh about it. Haha, babe, I'm joking. I don't actually care. And then it's done. Mm-hmm. It's not like it's training on now and then I'm like analyzing it out. Like it's like a joke, you know?
I think there's like a healthy amount as well. I think that not being jealous at all is
also sketch.
Like sometimes I'm like, babe, like, can you care a little? Like, I know you're easygoing, but like sometimes I almost, and I know it sounds bad, but sometimes I'm almost like, okay, well, what can I do that you're gonna get mad? Just so I could get a rise out of you, in a way. Not that I would ever do anything to make him be jealous, but I'm just like, well, wait, why aren't you jealous? Like, do you actually not give a fuck about me? But jealousy doesn't always mean love. You know what I mean? So I've had experiences in like really toxic and jealous relationships, and it wasn't at all for me. Like, I also know some people that love the jealousy, that live for it. They want to go back and forth with their boyfriend.
I think like when somebody is so jealous, like I could never.
it
like I
ruins
want to
the
feel like in my
relationship.
relationship, if anyone's gonna be the jealous one a bit, it's gonna be me. I can't explain it. Like, you have it good. Like, trust me, we don't want it the other way. If a guy is so needy and crying and so jealous, it's like, oh,
It
stop
actually,
talking.
I want you to know that if you're like excessively jealous and like you don't know how to like control it, I just think the thing you should think about is that being jealous is going to ruin your relationship before them being unfaithful, if that makes sense.
Oh my God, nailed it.
And I'm not talking about if they show, like, if you have ideas that they did something. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying going into a relationship that is good.
100, nobody did anything
Nobody
bad.
did anything,
Beginning.
and you're ruining it with jealousy. That is exactly what you're doing. You're ruining it. And if anything, they're gonna rebel from you because you're holding them so
Look,
tight.
it's like if you always are literally accusing your boyfriend of cheating, at that point he might as well cheat, right?
It's just
what's
like,
the difference?
you don't
You're already
trust me,
accusing him,
you know?
so he might as well do it. Fuck.
But it's just when you hold somebody so tight, they're like claustrophobic. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm so free that sometimes I'm like, okay, well, wait, like, care a little. You know what I mean? Like, bring me in a little. Like, you want somebody to feel that way. So if you're struggling with jealousy issues, just remember that you will actually ruin your relationship before it could be ruined over what you're jealous about.
What are all like other things they can do? I'm trying to think.
I mean, I think it's just about thinking logically and thinking for yourself. Sometimes I get jealous over things and then I think, well, actually, I do this too. And when you really think about it, you're like, and I don't mean anything by it. So I need to also have that ability to, because it's easy to go.
Taking accountability and being like, okay, I was being like that message. I was being crazy, like, and then apologizing,
bringing yourself
back to earth.
Yeah, like sometimes, for example, a quick example is like, you know, let's say I'll be like, me and my boyfriend are chilling, we're looking at his phone, he goes onto his Instagram searches, I see like a search of a girl. Your immediate reaction is like, what the fuck? Like, why is he searching her? Oh my God, like he's trying to check her out, And then if I go look at my Instagram searches, like, I'm searching everybody because it's for different things all the time. You don't. And I'm like, who am I to go and say he's doing something for the wrong reason?
That's how you clear your history first, and then you go check.
Yeah, absolutely. So always check yourself before you wreck
What do you mean, babe? Show me yours then. I have nothing. Zero. You haven't searched anybody, please.
But no, I've definitely had a really, like, an experience in like a really jealous relationship, and it was really hard.
It starts to make you jealous also, right?
So I left that relationship in a different, I was almost poisoned in a way, I want to say, because perfect thing to say. I went in there like virgin to the idea. My relationship before that one was like zero jealousy, and it was never even brought up, so I didn't even think there was the opportunity for it to be there. I was just like, oh, we both trust each other, chilling, you know. And then I got into the next relationship, and my boyfriend at the time would be like, what are you doing about, and then I would be like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, I was so confused how he could even bring up the fact that I would do something wrong. It didn't make sense to me. But once somebody starts accusing you of doing things, then you start going, well, maybe he's doing that, and maybe should I be worried too about when he does this, or when he doesn't answer me, should I be worried? Like, does that mean he's doing something? So
like my friend had a friend where my friend had a friend
who was the babysitter, who was the dog.
It's because I don't want to put names or anything, so I tried to.
You put it so far back. You said my friend, who's not really my friend, was a friend.
Exactly.
Don't start looking at my following.
She was always like, I don't understand, because she was a virgin to relationships, and she was like, I don't understand why he's being so jealous. And I would always be like, well, babe, like, if somebody is constantly always worried about what you're doing, and I mean, chances are he's doing something, and in the end, like, he was doing something, and it's and also, like, being in a relationship, it's always harder to see than somebody on the outside, like, always. And she figured it out eventually, you know. It's like, how many times can somebody be jealous before you start questioning somebody else's motives? So
absolutely. But I think, like, dealing with people like that, I think, you know, in my experience, I wasn't able to change the person that I was with. It didn't work with me at all. We ended up breaking up because I had the character that the more he pulled me in, the more I rebelled. Right. And, like, he couldn't tell me at all what to do. I had zero compromise left in me. I said, I really felt like, and this is not for everyone, you know, like, I'm obviously, like, an exaggerated version. I don't think I'm, you know, the most dateable girl, if you could say, because I have that character. I'm allowed. I'll go dance on stage. I'll dress half naked. I don't care. So I can't, that's not for everybody. But, you know, like to a certain extent, I felt like I gave up that part of myself to be in the relationship. And I said, you know, as much as clothes is not important, how I dress is part of me. It's part of the way I express myself. And I don't want to give that to you. And I feel like I lost myself in this relationship. So when I got out of that, I really took myself back. And we actually broke up because I posted a bikini picture and it wasn't even bad.
It wasn't bad.
It was not bad at all. I posted that picture.
We're going to put it up.
First red flag was that he almost broke up with me because I was going to Greece with my sister and my cousin. And he was like, I don't trust them. Da 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 da. You can't go with them. I was like, dude, I don't give a fuck who you trust. Like, as long as you trust me, you know? So he almost broke up with me because I was going to Greece with my sister and my cousin. And I was like, no. And
this relationship
I was like, I'm going. Break up with me. Like, I'm literally going to Greece. You know what I mean? So I will literally not sit here and cry with you.
If I have to apologize when I get back, as long as I went to Greece, I'm good.
It's easier later. It's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Exactly.
So,
and never ask for permission because then you're going to get a no.
Absolutely.
You always say, this is the plan. This is what's happening.
You shouldn't have to ask for permission.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
I let people know out of courtesy.
Well, I'll let my boyfriend know because I think it's right to let him know.
It's
but I'm never asking.
No.
If you're asking, you're setting yourself up for failure.
Like, I would never be like, can I go to this?
Yes.
Like, no. I say,
You're
hey,
your own
I'm going
person.
here. Are you okay with that? You know what I mean? Like, you don't make as soon as you give somebody the ability to say yes or no, suddenly you have no say.
No say.
And you give yourself the wrong impression.
And then when they say no and then you say, but I'm still going, you look worse. So don't put yourself in that situation. Also, another thing I wanted to say, which my frame of thought before when I lost it, is that a lot of times people in relationship are never fully themselves at the beginning. So then when they are going through their relationship and they're like a year later, they're like, you changed. Like, you're not the same person. And you were always the same person.
Yeah.
Those were always things that you were like, you just didn't
project them. Yeah.
So you're better off not catching somebody off guard and being yourself from the very beginning.
Absolutely. That's why you should be yourself. I know we said we're fake on the first 3 dates, but try to be a little real. You know what I mean? But back to the picture story. So originally he was already breaking up with me for going to Greece. And I was like, yo, I'm going. Like, somebody who you could tell me whatever, but if you tell me I can't travel, bye. Catch flights, not feelings. So I went to Greece, obviously, because no man could tell me what to do. You're like, Veronica, he told you to put a bra, you put a bra. So I want to take that back. So I posted this picture. I didn't find it bad at all. He calls me up, freaking out. All my friends sent it to me. What the fuck are you doing? And I literally said,
it's like all my friends are sending it to you. Like, you're that low of a person that you can't even take accountability. Now you're bringing your friends.
Now you're throwing your friends under
now
the bus.
You're a fucking loser.
Yeah. So
a lot of men do this also, though.
Yeah. I was just like, dude, I'm not deleting the picture. To this day, I always say that if I ever delete my Instagram, I will keep the account open with only that picture left on it. If there is a picture I will never delete, it's that picture. Just because I'm petty, and till the day I die, that picture is up there. But
soon the picture's gonna be
soon
here.
I'm printing it and putting it in there. So he basically said, and I said, break up with me. I said, look, I posted this picture. I have nothing wrong with it. If you're so fucking threatened that I'm posting a bikini pictures, and I remember even saying this, and I don't think I sold my case.
You put it in his hands, like, break up with me.
I said,
break up with me. And then I will gladly let everybody know. I will gladly let everybody know that the reason we broke up is because I posted an Instagram picture.
Absolutely. And what did I do? I
manipulation.
Till this day, I say we broke up over a picture, and that's what it is. Yo, you want to be the jealous one? That's what's gonna happen.
And that's why he's still pending on coming on this podcast.
But so I said, look, I literally said, okay, if this affects you that much, break up with me. If it's so dear to you, because I don't want to be with you.
Did he break up with you? I can't remember.
He broke up with me.
Wow.
But he was the type of guy.
Were you sad in Greece?
I was like, at
you already knew the relationship was going.
The relationship was absolutely on the rocks of the rocks.
If anything, he made you enjoy your time in Greece, where you were like single.
And I know that he didn't want to break up with me in Greece, because he knew that if he broke up, I would be like, cool, single.
Yeah.
Like, he kept fighting because he was like, I knew he really didn't really want to break up. He just wanted to scare me. But the whole time I was like, no, like, go.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, literally break up with me.
Yeah.
And
also another thing in relationships is like when you constantly say like I'm breaking up, I'm breaking up, I'm breaking up, every single time that happens and you guys are lying about it, you're taken less serious and less serious every single time, to the point where you're not going to take the relationship serious at all.
Exactly.
That's why I try and limit the amount of times my boyfriend and I break up, because it's like now we're at 25%. Like if we break up again, like now it's like even if we get back, how serious is it?
No, absolutely. And I think that's something that happens like when you're younger. Like I think it's like a rookie mistake to fall into that pattern, because once you do it once you pull the fuck it, it's done, then you fall into this path if you don't get a hold of it, because it's very deep.
Because like fool me once, shame on you, but the second time, like it's always on you. You can't keep blaming the man. You have to blame yourself.
Exactly. So don't be that person that uses breakups as a threat. If you're gonna break up, you say this is real, you know?
Yeah. You can give them that one chance, but the second that's the thing though. You give somebody a chance, they change for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then what? Like unless they are willing and they know themselves they need to change. Like there's a lot of things my boyfriend and I struggled with, and a lot of things my boyfriend has changed. Yeah. And it was the second I stopped asking him to do those changes that he did them for himself. But if they were coming from my orders, we'd be broken up. We would be done.
If you're threatening somebody and saying change this or I'm breaking up, then you're making the change about you. Yeah. And they're not gonna do. They're only gonna do it, and they're gonna do it for 2 weeks because they're doing it for you. Yeah. But I'm very like transparent in the way that like I won't like I'll be like, look, I'm letting you know that if our relationship fails one day, this is going to be
oh my god, I say that all the time.
And I know it sounds crazy to say, but I'm just like, I just want you to understand how important this is to me. I'm not threatening that I'm going to break up with you, but I'm giving you the knowledge.
You're letting him know that if you're blindsided at the end, I gave you all the facts. I gave
you all the warnings. Yeah. You can change for yourself, but this is so important to me that I am willing to not continue this relationship. But yeah, so basically what I was saying is, he broke up with me. I was in Greece. I was like, YOLO. And then by the time I got back, he's trying to call me, a second chance, please. I didn't mean it. I didn't think we were actually broken up. I said, who are you?
You're like,
do we know each other? Like, I'm single. I don't even know you.
And is he joking? The manipulator that he tried to be. Yeah. He let you go feel the feelings of Greece and being single. You think you're going to come back and be like,
and what? That I'm back in cold Canada, I'm going to say, what? No, want you back? I said, absolutely not. I said, the fact that you
so
even
in that
thought
case,
I would
who
come
broke
back
up with who?
Exactly. It was me. I say he broke up with me, but I made the decision that it was final.
He broke up with me over a picture, but I broke up with him when I got back from Greece and he wanted to get back.
But I made it final. I put the final stamp on it.
But what is this like stigma with like men and women not wanting to be like, I was broken up with, or like like everybody, if you hear a story of two people who broke up, everybody's always going to say, I broke up with him. She broke up. But like nobody says she broke up with me.
In my experience,
I know why is that?
It's just an ego thing. Like it's you just don't want to be the one who was not loved.
Yeah.
But
also bringing that in a relationship and you're like, yeah, he broke up with me. Now it's like, hey, what the fuck's wrong with you, right? It doesn't look good. Well, it doesn't sell.
I don't usually say like relationships, to be honest, majority of the time relationships end. Okay? End. They don't, there's no who broke up with who, it ends.
Yes.
And
it's both ways.
Exactly. As much as you can, there's one that's always going to be the one who got broken up with and still had effort in.
Yes.
It ended for many reasons that have to do with both of you. So whoever
that's why when people say it was so off guard, I didn't understand it. Like, I never really understood people like that. Because I'm like, were you in this relationship this whole time?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think that to a certain extent, yes, there's a case here and there where you can be caught off guard, but mostly your relationship ended for multiple reasons. It's just whoever took the initiative. Yeah. But I have to be honest, in my experience, being the heartbreaker, like being the one that I've ended most of my relationships, I would prefer to be heartbroken.
Right, because you said that you don't like hurting somebody.
I don't like hurting somebody, and I don't like being
That's
in the
where
position.
We're different.
I'm almost the person, I know it sounds fucked up, and I've been like this in the past, and I'm sure people can relate that I've been in a bad relationship. That's the perfect example. I've been in a bad relationship that I was just dragging along, and I was confused. You're in it. You're confused. You can't see that you really don't want to be in it. And if you're thinking deep down, I hope something happens that breaks us up. When you're like I remember I would have these thoughts that I was almost like, I wish he would cheat on me. I know it sounds fucked up. I don't want to be cheated on.
So that you could just pin it on him and it's
be
done.
like, okay, there's a reason, it's done. I just need to, like, no hard feelings. Like, I would almost sometimes be like, I wish he would cheat on me. I wish that I would find out he did something wrong just so I had, like, that firm answer for me. I wanted the decision to be made for me.
Do you think that's why sometimes people are seeking this validation and trying to go through phones to try and find something? Because technically the relationship is always like already on the rocks, and they just want that thing that says you're gonna live with this for the rest of your life because this is what you did and I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I think that there can be that, because it's not even about trying to pin it on the other person. I think it's more about
I think there is that, like, live with it. Like, now it's like,
yes, but
you lost a good fucking thing, and now, like, because of what you did.
Well, no. So that's not how I see it. So when you're unhappy in a relationship, if I would do that, it's not about blaming the other person. It's more about an outside factor making the decision for me, like forcing me to break up with them. I don't care who did what wrong. I just want something to be like, you have to break up now. Like, the decision is made for you.
Yeah.
You cannot say,
because then all the other things might be like, well, we could work on it, or we could do that.
And you're not sure, and you're back and forth. Sometimes you need that thing to push you over the edge and just say, this is the reason, you know? Yeah. But it's really...
What was the reason?
What was the reason? But I just think that, like, honestly, at the end of the day, insecurity brings, like insecure people, like, can't... They just... You can't handle somebody that's confident, and it's crazy. And I think that's crazy. And I think that if you're insecure, you need to work on that. And I think that if you're confident, you need to look out for that. Yes. Because you are going to attract insecure ass people that are going to want to take your confidence from you, that are going to want to bring you down. Yes. Just like us on our podcast, we're loud and we're funny and we're
obnoxious.
People, and we just look... I can imagine that people see us being so happy and jolly and laughing about shit, and people want to bring us down just for that reason, that they can't stand that. You know what I mean?
People are laughing.
That people are just confident in saying whatever the fuck they want. So be careful of that, guys, because it's deep.
We're going to leave it on that today, guys. Mm-hmm. Look out. Take those binoculars. Check the people closest to you. Do they want your best interest?
You never know. It's true, because... you might think that somebody wants your best interest, but people will, when they're insecure,
well, it's because there's
no matter
also,
how
like,
much they
there's
love
a lot
you,
of people
always...
who, like, and I know it's really bad to say, but, like, they thrive off somebody who's, like, something happens to them and they're going down. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like,
even
it's
if
like
they don't
it makes them.
it.
A lot of friends even will, like, be friends with, like, people who are not at their level because it makes them feel superior. There's so many stages and people in this life that, like, I've literally witnessed it with, like, my mom's friends and stuff. Like, it's literally sickening. People who don't actually want your best interest and are, like, there for you when you're down, but it's really to feel better about themselves. It's really deep. So.
And I know we made this whole thing more about relationships and more guy-wise, but guys, I've seen, like, a perfect example is, like, my sister used to have a best friend that was so insecure that she would constantly, like, make my sister feel bad about being pretty. Like, she would be like, well, I don't want you to meet my boyfriend because, like, he's gonna, like, not want me anymore. He's gonna want you. And, like, I don't feel comfortable going to this party if you're gonna wear that because, like, you look so much better. And my sister always had to almost, like, feel bad because she was pretty. But the girl was pretty too. But it was just, she was so insecure that she was almost blaming my sister for taking her spotlight.
Oh my God. And also, when you act that way and when you're super, like, insecure, you're attracting all this shit. Like, I can't. Like, guys, the law of the fucking universe. Yeah. Like, you're attracting everything that happens. Absolutely. So I've been recently binging on Love Island. Mm-hmm. And I'm freaking out you went to Australia and you wouldn't be interested in that show. But anyways, I just want to end this on this because I just have to talk about this. So basically, the girls and the guys it's like a tested experiment, okay? They're put on an island and they couple up, and you have to always be coupled up, or because if you're single, there's a chance you're gonna go home, and nobody wants to be single. So a lot of the times,
Whoa, what a... Anyways.
well, because a lot of people want to stay on the island, so their thing is to try and find love, but also like you could be in a couple where you're not really,
because you want to stay on the island.
yeah, but you're not loving, but you're staying with, because you don't know who's gonna come in next week and who you're gonna meet, who's gonna be more for you. So what they did is they separated the men and women in 2 different villas after weeks of being in a relationship and people saying I love you and all this. So they separated the women from the men. Men had 6 new women come into their villa, and the women had 6 new men come into the villa. And from this experiment, I was really like, it's crazy how the girls were more, and I'm not stereotyping, but the girls were more like, these guys are all nice, but like, I'm happy in my relationship. And the guys were more like open to it, and they were saying that they're like I know that like they don't have to worry about us, but like we're worried about them. And why. Absolutely. And then it was so deep when like she was in a relationship with him and like he comes out, and so basically she was like at the end she had to be like, I'm staying with him or I'm
choosing somebody else.
I'm choosing somebody else. So she says, I'm gonna stay with in this case, it was Caleb. I'm going to stay with Caleb because he's for me and this and that and that. And then he walks through. And if he walks in with a girl, that means that he's bouncing from you and he's starting with this new girl. And he walks in with the girl. And I was just like, how do people, like, anxiety. Anyways, I know this is way off topic, but I was just like, anxiety.
I could never.
Could you imagine you're literally there, like, I'm going to wait for him. And then he comes through and like those 4 days that he was with the other girl, he's like, I have a better connection with her. Peace.
I don't know if it's about connection.
They're still together. I did all the Googling and I was like, wow.
I mean, I just think like it's so true though, but it's just the values that guys have and girls have.
But what I wanted to say about Love Island is that when they separated, okay, and they were on the island, all she was worried about was her boyfriend. She's like, I don't trust him. So it was like everything she already knew of him. It was like a test, but like a good test in a way, because it's like not all the girls were freaking out like she was, and it's because she felt like she had to worry because she didn't feel confident in her relationship. Absolutely. So if anything, everything happened for a reason, and it was good that happened because like they're not together anymore. Absolutely. And they're both happier. But it's
always about everybody says like, oh, I don't know, he was like this.
Like, listen to your intuition, really.
You, at the end of the day, you always know at the beginning. Yeah. You always choose to ignore the red flags, pretend you don't see them, pretend that they're not a big deal. But
when you're alone in your thoughts and you're thinking, you know.
So yeah, we'll leave it at that, guys.
We'll leave it at that.
Be confident. Fuck what people say. Don't let anybody bring you down. And if people are insulting you and trying to bring you down and hating on what you're doing, it's just because they are literally threatened by your confidence. And that should be a good thing.
Just threatened by you in general.
Yeah, just continue to be confident because clearly you're doing something right. So, peace and love.
Peace, guys.
Stay confident.